Welcome to Mr. 2 Reviews. Today I'm going to review eBags Professional Slim Junior Backpack. This is the smaller version of eBags Professional Slim Laptop Backpack with some slight differences in its features. There's also an even larger version but with very different features on the inside, and that one is called the Weekender. But I wanted something smaller for everyday carry and decided to go with the Junior and have been using it every day for over a year. This bag also comes in two other colors, brushed indigo and heathered graphite. You can find Amazon links to all the products you see in this video in the description below. So I live and work in Seoul, South Korea and commute to work during rush hour on the metro. It gets very packed in there, so it's very easy to accidentally bump into people with your bag, and people often bump into you when they try to squeeze by. So I wanted something very slim and business casual for work. Enter eBags Professional Slim Junior Backpack. At its widest point, it's about 6.5 inches deep, which isn't very slim at all compared to other bags I've seen around Seoul. But at least it's 2 inches slimmer than eBags' regular laptop backpack. The bag was also heavier than I like, weighing in at about 3.6 pounds empty, or 58 ounces or 1.65 kilograms according to my scale. I did some modifications to make it under 3 pounds, but I'll talk more about that later. So this bag comes with two handles, one at the top and one on the side, which are sewn to hidden elastic straps which keep the handles close to the bag when not in use, and gives it a streamlined look. The handles are a great feature and I use them often. You can unclip the backpack straps and tuck them away behind the back panel so it looks more like a briefcase. The pass-through panel also allows you to slip it onto your luggage handles horizontally or vertically. The panel also has some air mesh padding and vent channels. The straps have multiple attachment points. You can clip carabiners onto these plastic bits or around the nylon straps. You can also slip watch straps up to 25mm wide through this plastic piece here. This is where I like to keep my compass because I always lose my sense of direction. There's also a sternum strap that's elastic on one side to help absorb shock. Now let's take a look at the pocket, starting with this one on the side, which is meant to hold a water bottle. All the zippers, by the way, are YKK racket coil or RC zippers, so they're very durable. For reference, I have my 16-ounce Nalgene bottle, which fits just fine. It should hold 24-ounce bottles as well, but I highly doubt it would fit a 32-ouncer unless it's tall and skinny. I mostly use it to hold my umbrella. If I'm filming outside, I could also use it to hold my tripod and pole. On the front, you have a pocket about the size of my hand. I like that the zipper stays hidden so potential thieves will know there's a pocket there. Inside, I just keep some Kleenex, but you can also fit your passport, phone, wallet, or other small items in there. All the pockets are lined with this high-vis orange so you can easily see your items in low-light conditions. Behind this pocket, you have your admin or accessory compartment. You've got 4 card slots with this little Velcro strap to keep them from falling out. You've got 3 variously sized mesh pockets so you can see what you have in them at a glance, and they all stay secure with a zipper. For reference, I have a wall charger and cord, some eye drops, an SD card, my Leatherman skeletal which I reviewed in another video, and a battery bank in this pocket. There's 2 elastic straps up here for pens and pencils and 2 fairly large pockets underneath those. This one has a key fob. And finally, you have this small elastic pocket, which is where I like to keep my favorite flashlight. This is Jetbeam's RRT-O. It has 2 features that set it apart from most other flashlights. You can control the intensity of the light to exactly where you want it by twisting the control ring from barely visible up to 260 lumens. The newest version of this light goes up to 730 lumens. It can also use 2 kinds of batteries, either a CR123 or a AA using the tube extension adapter. I'll review this in more depth in a future video. Now for the pocket that is this bag's claim to fame. The pocket down here is called the garage. Inside there's a semi-rigid pouch that's supposed to prevent your fragile belongings from getting crushed. This pouch is what allows the bag to stand up if it's balanced just right. It's not very stable if it's top heavy. A lot of other reviewers love that it can stand, and I agree for the most part, but the pouch isn't necessary to keep your items from getting crushed. The pouch is removable, and even without the pouch, your items will still be safe from getting crushed, and the reason for that is that in the main compartment, there's a Velcro flap with a hard insert that prevents anything from crushing the items in the garage. But without the pouch insert, the bag won't be able to stand on its own at all. The main compartment is the most spacious compartment in this bag, and you'll notice it opens in an L shape, or a 7 depending on your perspective. This is where you'll be keeping your larger items. This hard insert will also provide a degree of crush protection to sensitive items if they're placed close to the insert. If you need room for longer items, you can sacrifice space in the garage by folding the flap down. You can still store things in the garage, but just not as much. With the hard insert out of the way, you'll lose the crush protection provided, but you'll get a slimmer bag if it's relatively empty. You'll also notice a sleeve to hold documents, which is not affected by the hard insert. The laptop compartment also opens in an L shape. There's padding on all sides, with the bottom padding being removable via Velcro. A 15.5-inch laptop should be a nice snug fit. You'll also notice another document sleeve, which if I'm not mistaken is not present in the larger slim laptop bag. The final pocket is on the top, with a soft felt lining on one side. It's about 11 inches deep and 8.5 inches wide, which is meant for tablets or smartphones. All the pockets except for the water pocket and front sleeve pocket can be locked using these little D-rings. There's 1, 2, and 3. So you can keep your most expensive items safe. It's also easy to get to most of your items with the backpack slung over your right shoulder. Now I want to talk about some of the modifications I made to this bag to address some of its flaws. First, you'll notice most of the zipper pulls are made of paracord. I made those because the original zipper pulls were made out of metal and they jingle a lot. I cut those off using my multi-tool and looked on YouTube for do-it-yourself paracord zipper pulls. Next, I wanted to address the weight issue, and as I previously mentioned, the bag weighs about 3.6 pounds empty, which is a bit heavier than I'd like. The easiest way to save 5 ounces is to not use the pouch, although you lose the ability to stand up the backpack. 5 ounces may not sound like much, but to give you a frame of reference, my Leatherman multi-tool weighs almost exactly the same, and it feels pretty heavy. The metal zipper pulls altogether weigh almost 1 ounce, so together with the pouch you can save about 5.9 ounces, which is a little over 1/3 of a pound, and will bring the total weight of the bag down to 3.25 pounds. Still not satisfied, I looked around to see where I can save more weight and decided to cut out these inserts. They weren't performing any critical functions, so I made some incisions in the bag and pulled them out. I re-sewed the top end. As you can see, I haven't yet sewed this one shut. These two inserts weigh almost 6 ounces to make the total weight savings with the pouch and metal zipper pulls at around 12 ounces, which is about 3/4 of a pound. And this brings the bag's total empty weight down to just under 3 pounds at 2.9 pounds. Still not ideal, but better than before. So what are my final thoughts on the bag? In my opinion, I think it makes a great tech bag for video creators, techies, or business professionals alike. I don't think it's very ideal for students, but everyone's needs are different and they could make it work for them. The safety and security features of the bag are great and bring peace of mind when carrying expensive equipment. Having owned this bag and using it every day for over a year, I gotta say I like it. During South Korea's monsoon season, I learned just how water resistant the bag is. My business cards got ruined and other items got pretty wet in the accessory compartment, but the main compartments only got a little damp. So while not perfect, it's not bad either. In the near future, I plan to spray this down with Rust-Oleum's waterproofing Never Wet fabric spray, which you can get on Amazon. Once I get some good test results, I may make another video of it. So this concludes my review of eBags Professional Sim Junior backpack. I hope I covered any questions you may have had regarding the bag, or hope you learned something new or useful. If so, please give the video a like or comment with any questions you have about the bag and I'll do my best to answer them. Coming up next on Mr. 2 Reviews, I'm going to change it up a bit and do a how-to tutorial on storing paracord that deploys fast and just as fast and easily wind up and store for future use. So if that's something you might be interested in, I would be eternally grateful if you would hit that subscribe button and kick that notification bell. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.